Saif woke up. He was grumpy. His tummy rumbled. Saif wanted his favorite cereal. He went to the kitchen. The box was empty. Saif, as Saif. No fair, Saif yelled. His sister giggled. She had eaten it all. Saif knew what to do. It was prank time. Saif's sister, as Saif's sister. Hey, I ate it all. Saif grabbed the sugar. He grabbed the salt. He had a mischievous plan brewing in his mind. The kitchen was quiet, the perfect setting for his little prank. He carefully poured the sugar into one bowl and the salt into another. The grains looked so similar, yet their tastes were worlds apart. Saif's eyes sparkled with excitement as he mixed them up. With a sly grin, he took the salt and poured it back into the sugar jar. He could barely contain his laughter. This was going to be the best prank ever. He imagined the look on his sister's face when she tasted the salty surprise. The anticipation was almost too much to bear. Saif as Saif. This is gonna be perfect, he whispered to himself, feeling a rush of adrenaline. His sister, unaware of the impending prank, walked into the kitchen. She was in a hurry, craving her usual morning cereal. Saif hid behind the counter, watching her every move. She grabbed the sugar jar and poured a generous amount over her cereal. Saif's heart raced as he watched the scene unfold. Saif's sister, as Saif's sister. Yuck, what is this? She exclaimed, her face contorting in disgust. The salty taste was unexpected and unpleasant. Saif couldn't hold it in any longer. He burst into laughter, clutching his stomach. His sister glared at him, realizing she had been pranked. Saif's sister, as Saif's sister. Saif, I'm going to get you for this, she shouted, chasing him around the kitchen. Saif dodged her, still laughing. The kitchen was filled with laughter and playful banter. Despite the prank, there was a sense of camaraderie and fun. Saif knew he would have to watch his back for his sister's revenge. But for now, he enjoyed the moment. Eventually, they both calmed down, and Saif apologized. His sister couldn't stay mad for long. They shared a hug, and the kitchen returned to its usual peaceful state. Saif went to the park. He brought his friends along for a fun day out. The sun was shining and the air was filled with the sounds of laughter and excitement. They wanted to play soccer, their favorite game. The grassy field was perfect for a match, and they couldn't wait to get started. But Saif had other plans in mind. He was known for his mischievous nature and loved pulling pranks on his friends. He pulled out a can from his backpack. It was labeled Yucky Worms, and the picture on the side made it look very convincing. The fake worms inside looked so real, it was hard to tell they were just rubber. Saif couldn't help but grin at the thought of his friends' reactions. Saif, as Saif. This is gonna be hilarious, he whispered to himself, barely containing his excitement. With a swift motion, Saif threw the fake worms onto the ground near his friends. Saif's friend, as Saif's friend. Ew! His friends screamed in unison. They jumped back, their faces contorted in disgust and shock. Then they saw Saif laughing uncontrollably. Saif, as Saif, gotcha! He yelled, tears of laughter streaming down his face. Saif's friend, as Saif's friend. You got us good, Saif, they admitted, finally joining in the laughter. The initial shock turned into a shared moment of fun and camaraderie. After the laughter died down, they decided to get back to their original plan. They picked up the soccer ball and started their game, the prank becoming a funny memory of the day. As the sun began to set, they walked home, still chuckling about Saif's prank. It was a day they would remember for a long time, filled with laughter, friendship, and a little bit of mischief. Section 4. A grumpy target, Mr. Harris.
Saif felt a bit tired. Pranking was hard work, but he had one more idea.
He looked across the street. Mr. Harris was watering his flowers. Mr. Harris never smiled. He always yelled at kids to get off his lawn.
Perfect, thought Saif.
Section 5. Flower power.
Saif found a balloon. He filled it with flour. He tied it tight. Then he tiptoed across the street. He taped the balloon to Mr. Harris's door. He rang the doorbell and ran.
Boom! Flour exploded everywhere. Mr. Harris coughed. Saif watched from behind a tree. He was ready to run. Section 6. A happy prankster's sleep. Saif had always been known as the neighborhood prankster. His days were filled with mischievous antics and playful tricks that brought joy and laughter to everyone around him. But then, something amazing happened. One day, after a particularly hilarious prank, something unexpected occurred. Mr. Harris, the grumpiest man on the block, started to laugh. It was a sight to behold. It was a big laugh, a deep, hearty belly laugh that echoed through the streets. Saif had never seen him laugh before. It was as if a spell had been broken, and the grumpy old man had finally found his sense of humor.
Saif started to laugh too. The contagious laughter spread like wildfire. He laughed all the way home, his heart light and his spirits soaring. The joy of making someone laugh, especially someone like Mr. Harris, was an unparalleled feeling.
That night, Saif went to bed with a sense of accomplishment. He had brought laughter to someone who needed it the most. He was tired but happy. The day's events replayed in his mind, and he couldn't help but smile. Even grumpy Mr. Harris thought he was funny. Saif drifted off to sleep, dreaming of more pranks and more laughter, knowing that he had made a difference in someone's life.